Hello viewers, yes, your Ranjana ma'am is back, and many of you had asked me for Act 3, Scene 4. Yes, I have done up till Scene 3, and Scene 4 and Scene 5 are the only remnant scenes. So yes, today I had promised that I will do it very soon, and so today I'll do Act 3, Scene 4. And you know what is coming. Please subscribe to my channel and press the like button if you have liked it. And without wasting any time, let's proceed. So I always say that in Merchant of Venice, in one scene it is Belmont and the other scene it is Venice. So this is again Belmont, where we find Portia. She is there, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica and Balthazar. Lorenzo. So this scene actually gives the audience an idea that Portia is going to Venice, which her husband Bassanio is unaware. None of them know other than Portia, Nerissa and the audience know that she is going to Venice. So this is what we can call the dramatic irony. The main characters don't know it, but we are aware. So Lorenzo is very impressed with the generosity of Portia. So what does he say? Madam, although I speak it in your presence, you have a noble and true conceit of godlike amity. So he's telling that normally we don't praise a person in their face. So he's telling, though I say it in front of you, still you have a very noble and true idea of divine friendship. So which friendship is he referring to? Godlike amity. Godlike is divine and amity is friendship. So which friendship is he referring to? The friendship of Bassanio and Antonio. That is godlike. Why? Because Antonio is ready to sacrifice his own life for the sake of his friend. So yes, this is godlike amity. And Portia, why does he say that Portia has a very true concept of this? Because if it had not been so, she wouldn't have allowed her husband to leave immediately after their marriage, sacrificing all her marital happiness and sending him to save his friend with all the money that is needed. So unless she has this true concept, she wouldn't have done it. So Lorenzo has understood it well. So he's praising Portia on her face only, in front of her, which appears most strongly in bearing thus the absence of your Lord. So how is this seen? How can this be seen? That this can be seen in Portia's bearing the absence of her husband. She is a newly married person. She has just married. And bearing the absence of her Lord in this manner shows very clearly how much correct idea, what a true and noble concept she has of divine friendship. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of my Lord your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. But then Lorenzo feels that he should make Portia aware of the type of person Antonio is. The person to whom you have sent relief, you should have an idea of the person. So, if you know the person to whom you have offered to do this favor, if you know what a good gentleman he is to whom you are sending this relief, and if you know how much he loves your husband, Lord Bassanio, then I am sure that you would be much more proud of what you have done. Then your generosity has already made you. So your generosity has made you feel good. You have done a good job. Your generosity. But if you knew what a good man this Antonio is, how much he loves your husband, what a true gentleman he is, then you would be proud of the work you have done, much more proud. So Portia is not doing it to feel proud or all that. She is really in love with Bassanio, and for his sake, she is ready to do anything because she can't bear to see her husband unhappy. She can't bear to see her husband feel guilty all his life for doing something which has brought Antonio's destruction, which is about to ruin Antonio. She cannot bear, because in that case Bassanio would remain guilty if anything happens to Antonio, and she can't bear to see it, observe it. So Portia says that I never did repent for doing good. So I have never regretted or felt sorry for doing good, nor shall not now. And even now also I won't feel sorry. If I have done a good job, why should I feel sorry for it? I have never done so, neither will I do now. For in companions that do converse and waste time together, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, there must be needs a like proportion of lineaments, of manners, and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my Lord, must needs be like my Lord. So she says that it has been seen that whenever two friends, they are so close to each other that they enjoy passing their time together. They have an equal amount of love for each other within themselves, and this type of person, they must be having some similarity in their face, in their manners, and in their attitude or behavior. So if two friends, they are so fond of spending time with each other, if they have an equal amount of love within them for each other, there should be some similarity between them, whether in their appearance or in their manners or in their attitude, in their thoughts. And so this makes me think that this Antonio, bosom lover means best friend, who is very close to your heart. So this Antonio, who's the most favorite friend of my husband, he should be like my husband. If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul. And if this is really the case, then how little I have done to bring, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul from out the state of hellish cruelty. So how little I have done to redeem or to give relief to that person, or bring him out from the state of hellish cruelty. What is the state of hellish cruelty? It is Shylock who has put Antonio in a state of hellish cruelty, and I have done very little. If he is like my husband, if he has an equal amount of love for each other, he should be similar to my husband. And if that is the case, I have not done enough. I have done very little to bring out the semblance of my soul. Who's the semblance of her soul? That means her husband's soul. From who's the semblance? Antonio is the semblance of her soul. From a state of misery, hellish cruelty, a very miserable condition. And this comes too near the praising of myself. And then she realizes this seems as if I am praising myself. So therefore no more of it. So she is a modest woman. She doesn't feel, oh, collars high, I have done a great job and all that. She's a very modest woman, and as such she doesn't want to praise herself for something she has done, which is very commendable. Here other things. So why has she summoned Lorenzo and Jessica? Because she has other plans in her mind. So she says, here other things. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house until my Lord's return. So what does she do? She tells Lorenzo that I put the responsibility and management of my household in your hands till my husband returns. So what is she going to do? If Lorenzo is to take the responsibility, what is she going to do? For mine own part, here she clarifies, I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation, only attended by Nerissa here, until her husband and my Lord's return. So she clarifies that yes, why is she handing over the charge to Lorenzo? Because she has made a a very sacred vow to heaven that she would spend the time in meditation and prayer till her husband and Nerissa's husband returns, and she will only be attended by Nerissa. So she and Nerissa, only these two will be with each other, and she will be spending her time in prayer and meditation till the two husbands return. And where is she going to spend her time in prayer and monastery might be a question. Yes, so the next few lines. There is a monastery 2 miles off, and there will be abide. So 2 miles from her house, there is a monastery. Monastery is a place where the monks live or the nuns live. So nuns would be convent and monks would be monastery, I'm sorry. So there is a monastery 2 miles off, and there will be abide. So we will stay there. Where? In that monastery. And what will she do in the monastery? She'll spend her time in prayer and meditation. That is what she is saying to Lorenzo. But is it the truth? Now let's see. I do desire you not to deny this imposition, the which my love and some necessity lies upon you. So she is telling that I really desire you not to refuse me this task which I am putting in your hands. Please don't refuse to accept the task which I am putting in your hands. Why has she given this task to him? Which my love and some necessity now lays upon you. So which my love for you and some present necessities which force me to place upon you. Due to some necessity and my love for you, I put you in charge of the management of my household. Madam, with all my heart, I shall obey you in fair commands. Yeah, he'll be only too glad. So he has come here as a guest, and now he'll be the lord, and Jessica the lady of the house. So why should he refuse it? Portia, my people do already know my mind and will acknowledge you and Jessica in place of Lord Bassanio and myself. So farewell till we meet again. So Portia clarifies, makes it clear that I have already told my my servants of my intention. That means I have told my servants, see, I won't be here. I'll be in a nearby monastery till Lord Bassanio returns, and you will accept Lorenzo and Jessica as the lord and lady of this house. So let me bid you farewell till we meet again. So Lorenzo, fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you. So Lorenzo wishes Portia that may you spend your time and may you spend your time happily, may your thoughts be pleasant, and may your hours be happy. And Jessica also wishes the same. I wish your ladyship all hearts content. So my lady, I wish that all the desires of your heart be fulfilled. So these two leave because Portia bids them farewell. I thank you for your wish, and I am well pleased to wish it back on you. Fare you well, Jessica. So she thanks them for the wish and also wishes them same. Like when someone tells you, na best of luck just before you go to your exam, and don't you say same to you. So she is also wishing them the same. They are also newly married couple. And now some serious talk. So these two leave. Now Balthazar is the servant in waiting. As I have ever found thee honest, true. Balthazar is a very important name. Why? Because when Portia goes to Venice to fight Antonio's case, this is the name she will take. Why? Because Dr. Bellario, in his recommendation letter to the Duke, writes that I am sending a young lawyer. His name is Balthazar. So, because she can't go in the feminine name of Portia. As I have ever found the honest true, so let me find thee still. So this gives you an idea that Balthazar is a very loyal and faithful servant of Portia. So this is what she is telling. I have always found you honest worthy of trust, and I wish that I'll find you the same now also. Take this same letter and use thou all the endeavor of a man in speed to Padua. So she has written a letter, and now she hands over the letter to Balthazar and says, go as fast as you can and deliver this letter to whom? Go to Padua and deliver this letter to my cousin. See, thou render this into my cousin's hand, Dr. Bellario. So she's telling, see that you deliver this letter in the hands of my cousin. And who is her cousin? Dr. Bellario, a very noted lawyer. And look, what notes and garments he doth give thee. Bring them, I pray thee, with imagined speed unto the tragic, to the common ferry which trades to Venice. Waste no time in words, but get thee gone. I shall be there before thee. So she has written the letter to Bellario in which she has asked for some notes and also garment. What garment could it be? Obviously the lawyer's garment, because she's going to fight the case. So she needs the dress of a lawyer and also the notes which will help her to fight Antonio's case. So she tells Balthazar that take the notes and the garment which he gives to you and bring them to the tragic or the public ferry from which the boats sail for Venice as fast as possible. So I will be waiting there at the tragic from where the boats start for Venice, and you come as fast as possible there. Balthazar, Madam, I go with all convenient speed. So he leaves. I'll go as fast as I can. Portia, come on, Nerissa, I have work in hand that you yet know not of. We'll see our husbands before they think of us. So now she's telling, throwing a little bit. No, she's not telling everything in this scene. She's only throwing a little bit of light on her plan. So she's telling, Nerissa, I have a plan and you don't know about it as yet. We will see our husbands before they have thought of us. Why? Because the moment Bassanio and Graciano, they reach Venice, they will be busy trying to save Antonio. So they wouldn't have the time to think of their wives at this moment. So before they think of us, they will see us, but they will reach Venice to fight the case. Shall they see us? So natural question. Shall our husbands see us? They shall, Nerissa, but in such a habit that they shall think we are accomplished with that we lack. So Portia says, yes, they will see us, but they will see us in a habit, means here a dress. So they will see us in a dress that they shall think us to be something which we are not. So what does he mean? What does she mean by it? She means that they will see us as men, but we are not men. We lack masculinity. I'll hold thee any wager. When we are both accoutred like young men, I'll prove the prettier of the two, and wear my dagger with a braver grace, and speak between the change of man and boy, with a reed voice, and turn two mincing steps into a manly stride, and speak of phrase, like a fine bragging youth, and tell quaint lies. See, Portia is now in a very light mood. So she is planning all these, but none of them materialize. But at this moment, she is in a very lively manner, very lively spirit. So what does she say? Nerissa, I can hold a bet with you that when both of us we are accoutred, means when we are both dressed like young men, means when we take up the disguise of young men, I will prove the more handsome of the two, and I will also carry my dagger. I'll wear my dagger by my side in a much braver fashion than you, and speak between the change of man and boy. So I will speak not in a feminine voice, this Portia's voice. I won't speak in this voice. I will speak in a voice that a boy undergoes when he is heading towards manhood. That means a little bit of harsh and broken voice. So, and speak between the change of man and boy. So when a boy passes towards adulthood, so the voice cracks, and the way he speaks, I will speak in that way. And turn two mincing steps into a manly stride. See, women, their steps are shorter. But when you are there dressed as a man, then how will you walk? You will join two small steps and make them one manly stride. Like a fine bragging youth, and tell quaint lies, how honorable ladies sought my love, which denying they fell sick and died. And not only that, I will make up lies, I will make up false stories of how honorable ladies they sought for my love, and then when I refused to acknowledge their love, they fell sick and died. I could not do with all. So I could not prevent them from dying. And then I'll repent and wish for all that I had not killed them. And then I'll say, really feel regretful, I'll really feel sorry that I had been responsible for their death. And 20 of these puny lies I will tell. So yes, I will tell a number of 20 is just a number. I'll tell a number of petty lies, and men will believe, men shall swear that I have discontinued school above a 12-month. So men will become definite that I have left school at least a year ago. Here school doesn't mean school, it means education. I have within my mind 1,000 raw tricks of these bragging jacks which I will practice. So she says that she already has in her mind a lot of tricks which these young boys practice. And she wants to apply them in her life in Venice as a boy. But come, I'll tell thee all my whole device when I am in my coach which stays for us at the park gate. And therefore, haste away. For we must measure 20 miles today. So she's not ready to tell all the plan. Why? Because then she might be delayed. So she is telling, I'll tell you my whole device. Device means plan. So I'll tell you my whole plan when I'm in the coach. From her house, she will take a coach to go to the ferry, which stays for us at the park gate. So where is the coach? Coach is waiting at the park gate. There she will aboard the coach, and from there she will go to the traject from where the boats ferry to Venice. So 20 miles, the distance is 20 miles. So she has to cover this distance, and therefore she tells Nerissa, let's hurry up and I will tell you our plan in the coach itself. So this is quite an easy scene, but it gives us an idea. We already get to know that they are going to Venice, and Portia wants to fight this case, which which Bassanio and Antonio are not aware. So only one more scene remains, and I will do it today only if possible. So goodbye for the time being, and please don't forget to press the like button.